Some people ask, in light of the Minnesota situation where you had agitators and protesters and disruptors invading a church and trying to stop their service, disrupt their service, all kinds of activity went on there, screaming in the face of children, horrible things. How does protest work, which is protected by the First Amendment, with the freedom of worship and religious freedom? How can they coexist? It's actually pretty easy, and that is that we strongly believe in the First Amendment, the right to protest, your right to do so on public property. It's quite another thing when you come and invade somebody's private property. And in particular, the right of churches and synagogues and houses of worship to engage in their First Amendment rights of freedom of religion and freedom of worship. That's actually protected by federal law, by specific statute. So while you have a right to be outside on a sidewalk or a street or a park or wherever else, protesting, expressing your opinion, you don't have a right to come into a church, to vandalize the church, to disrupt services, to scream and make sure that people can't hear the service, all the kind of things we saw. And by the way, it's not just in Minnesota. Maybe people think it's just there. It's been going on in other places, which this is a new disturbing trend. We have a case in California where that happened with Mission Church, our client, where they came into the church, they disrupted the service. They then came back on Easter with bullhorns, saying some incredibly vile and horrible things to the children and others. And so these two rights can coexist as long as you follow the law. And so you have a right to protest, you have a right to express your opinion. You do not have a right to disrupt a church service, a house of worship, or to impede people's entrance and exit from those First Amendment rights themselves. So that's how they all fit together. We exist to fight for the First Amendment, and people that are disrupting church and worship services are actually attacking the First Amendment.